Hi, welcome to Kunda Talks on Green Future. I'm Youngbin, the MC of the program.
Hi guys, I'm Soyeon, also the MC of program.
And we have another MC of the program, Jiyoung. Say hi to our viewers. Thank you very much. As many countries around the world have acknowledged the severity of climate change, Republic of Korea has implemented various policies regarding climate change. The diplomacy is one of the most important axes for the Republic of Korea in the aspect of responding climate change. In this context, today's Kunda Talks on Green Future will interview with two special interviewees regarding special diplomatic relations between the Republic of Korea and Denmark.
I heard that the interviewees are the Danish diplomats who can explain the special diplomatic relations really well. Am I right?
Exactly. The interviewees who we will interview today do an effort as much as possible for the green cooperation between the Republic of Korea and Denmark. Oh, Soyeon, we finally arrived at today's interview place. Shall we go?
Sure.
So, Ambassador, pleased to meet you.
Welcome to my home. Pleasure to see you here today.
Yep. Nice to meet you, sir.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Councillor. Yeah.
Huh?
Thank you for having us.
Can I invite you inside?
Yes. Thank you very much. Okay, so welcome again, everyone. As I mentioned earlier, we have two special interviews for the first Kunda Talks on Green Future. Before turning to our interview, we are now in the residence of the Danish ambassador in the Republic of Korea. Can you guess today's interviewees? So I think it's time to introduce our two special guests. First, to my left, it is an honor to introduce the Danish ambassador in the Republic of Korea, His Excellency Einar Jensen. Excellency, could you introduce yourself briefly?
Thank you so much. My name is Einar Jensen and I've been 2.5 years in your beautiful country. Enjoyed every moment of it. And before that I've also been ambassador to Tanzania in Africa and Bangladesh. So this is my third posting as an ambassador. And I must say, the best one so far.
Thank you very much. And also to my right, it is also an honor to introduce the Energy Councillor in Danish Embassy in the Republic of Korea, Mr. Jakob Rasmussen. Councillor, can you introduce yourself briefly?
Thank you very much, and thank you for having me here today. I work at the Danish Embassy here in Korea and have been out here since 2018, so I had almost 4 years to enjoy Korean culture and environment, and I'm here with my family, and we're very happy to be here in your country.
Thank you very much, Councillor. So, thank you again for your kind introduction. And now we can turn to our main topic, Green Growth and Korea-Denmark Green Growth Alliance. Okay, so the first question is quite like question for both of our interviewees. So, what kind of action do you do personally for the environment, Ambassador?
Thank you. First of all, I should tell you that I worked 13 years in the Danish Ministry of Environment and Energy. And during these years, I learned that there's certain things you can do at a personal level, and there are other things you can do on your work-related agenda. With the society, how you sort of initiate changes in society and so on. Here in Korea, or you could say the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Denmark is aiming to become one of the most sustainable ministries in the world. So we have a target to reduce our own environmental impact, but also to improve the work related with other ministries like here in Korea. If we stay for a moment with the work we do in Korea, we work very closely on the energy side, renewable energy, plastic waste, and circular economy, how we reuse things. So that's exchange of information between our two. At the more personal level, at the embassy side, you could say, we have bought an electrical vehicle, so we do not want to use, fossil fuel in our car anymore. And we also try to reduce, plastic waste, reuse cups, have cutlery around and so on. And at a very personal level for myself, I try to take my lunch every day in a box from home. So basically never any wrappings, no plastic used at all. Bring my containers to work, enjoy my lunch, bring them back, and same thing next day. So a little bit of everything from ministerial level, working partners, personal level.
Thank you very much. And Councillor?
Yeah, I think also professionally, I have worked with renewable energy in Korea since 2018, helping to speed up the global green energy transition. So I think that is also a contribution. And before that, I worked in the renewable energy sector back since 2003. I've been working in the renewable energy industry, so I've had a business approach how to do development of projects. On a personal note, I don't always bring my lunch to work, but I sometimes walk home from work. So, for instance, if the weather is good, I simply walk home. And I also very much enjoy the beautiful nature here in Korea, especially this time of year. Go out on a hike and always making sure that you leave it in the same condition that you entered the mountain.
Yes, so thank you very much. I think the action that two interviews mentioned today can be the Danish ways to respond to climate change. So thank you again. So Excellency, let's widen the topic from the personal action to the alliance between Korea and Denmark. So what is the meaning of Korea-Denmark Green Growth Alliance?
Green Growth Alliance is something that was formed 11 years ago. Back in 2011, Denmark and Korea signed up to actually, at a high level, exchange ideas about, how to improve environment, climate issues, and so on. And that goes not only for the political level, but also, you could say, the technical and private sector level. So politicians, professors, private sector, all get together, find good solutions, share the ideas, and learn from each other. And maybe I can give an example that Denmark is a front runner when it comes to renewable energy. Already 30 years ago, we built our first offshore wind farm out in the sea. Of course, Korea is a front runner when it comes to electrical vehicles, batteries, and so on. I'm so proud to see that you just a couple of weeks back you won the World Award for best cars, the Hyundai Kia EV6 and also Ioniq. So it just shows that Denmark knows how to produce the renewable energy. You know how to process and use it in transportation. Yeah. When we get together, we are a good match, and sharing ideas and being innovative, we move forward in a very quick pace. So the idea about Green Growth Alliance, once a year, we meet at the high level and discuss the new ideas. We just discussed green financing, and next one meeting will be on hydrogen. How can we utilize green hydrogen as a fuel for the future?
So thank you very much. And I think the renewable energy and also green finance is two most important axes for responding climate change. So in that case, I think the Republic of Korea and Denmark can be a good partner with Green Growth Alliance. So thank you very much. So let's move on to the next question. So this question is for Councillor. Yeah, so for the understanding of our viewers, could you tell us some example of the cooperation for green growth between Korea and Denmark?
Yeah, so we've had our Green Growth Alliance since 2011, and since 2018 we have had the energy program between Danish Energy Agency and Korea Energy Agency. And that's a program to share experiences and best practices among the two countries. So, for instance, from Danish side, we have shared a lot of experiences, how we have built renewable energy in Denmark, how we have implemented our one-stop shop, which is a structured, streamlined process to permit and develop wind power projects. And lately, we have also had engagement in our alliance meeting that focused on green finance. Green finance is very essential in an infrastructure project. You have to build a project that lasts for 30 years, and it's very important that you start building trust to investors so that they know what they are getting themselves into. And we had a very good alliance meeting between pension funds and export banks from Denmark together with the industry, sharing innovative concept. How can we bring the financing into the green projects here, also in Korea?
And so thank you very much. I think the example you said can show the important example for Korea-Denmark Green Growth Alliance. So thank you very much. And Councillor, as we already know that Denmark is one of the leading countries in the aspect of renewable energy. So how Denmark can combine the experience with the Republic of Korea?
Yeah, so we already have a good established program today between Denmark and Korea. On one side, Danish Energy Agency and Korea Energy Agency. And we are sharing the best practices from Denmark and tapping into some of the details that are needed to have an effective implementation of renewable energy. Last week we held our yearly steering committee meeting between the two energy agencies, and it was decided to extend the program until end of 2024. So we will have plenty of time to show more about what renewable energy is about and how you can utilize the wind in a very effective way. Not to forget that wind is a free resource, it's free, it doesn't cost anything, you don't have to source it, and there's no price fluctuations. Another point that we like to emphasize is the private sector involvement, really trying to bring partnerships between Denmark and Korea. We have already seen some good news lately on this. For instance, the Danish company Vestas teamed up with CS Wind, a Korean company, to explore joint production opportunities in Korea. So we are hoping to see more of these industrial setup in the future between Denmark and Korea.
Yeah, thank you for your answer. And I think there are lots of impressive points for the Republic of Korea as a country that has started to widen the renewable energy. So thank you again. So I think we can add some detail for this question. For developing renewable energy in Korea, especially wind, how can Republic of Korea successfully utilize the renewable energy like Denmark? Yes, this question is also can be for the Council.
Well, I think there are many ways to proceed and for Korea to have more renewable energy. One way to start is really to look into the challenges. What challenges do we have to overcome to build more renewable energy? And one of them is on the regulatory side, where Korea should work to simplify the process on the whole development phase, including permits and so on. And of course effectuate that there is an implementation plan so that it's more than a vision, but there's also like an office responsible for implementation. You can call that a control tower if you like. And then of course to address other challenges that you have on the energy market, such as grid stability and grid connection, you would have to find a way to build grid from the renewable energy projects and to the national grid. But that's more in the sense of, let's say, long-term investment planning. Another important point is the coexistence that you need to have with the community. You need to create support for your projects and not opponents. And I think one of the secrets there is to start early with engagement and show what can actually be created in the local communities, whether it's new local investments or job creation, etc. Many studies have shown the positive effect that you can have for offshore wind, for instance. More than, I think, 15,000 jobs could potentially be created for every gigawatt that you build. And then again, not forget that Korea you're almost like an energy island, so you're surrounded by sea and there's waste potential out in the sea. It used to be that you could say the water depth was a barrier to implement offshore wind, but nowadays you have new technology, you have floating concepts that will be viable within the next 5-10 years, and I think Korea would be in an excellent position to create an industry around that, and also combined with your existing infrastructure, whether that is shipbuilding or cable industry or foundations. So we really think that Korea already have this strong industrial base. You have shown that in other industries like the car sector, where you can build total quality management system. And if you can get that into the wind industry, Korea could be very successful and even become like an export hub to other countries.
Yes, thank you very much. And as you mentioned, Republic of Korea has a strong industrial base, especially for offshore wind and floating wind plants. So I think Republic of Korea can utilize renewable energy like Denmark, maybe as long as possible. I think. Thank you very much. Okay, so and let's move on to the next question. So, Your Excellency, let's turn to the national philosophy of Denmark for the environment. So, what is the philosophy of Denmark for our environment, including the response for climate change?
Well, it's clear for us, we are a small country, only 6 million people. It's clear to us you cannot do it alone. One country cannot do it alone, but we have to do a part of it. So what we have done is, domestically, our Prime Minister has tasked 14 industrial leaders to lead the way on various sectors, find partnerships on what can be done to reduce our emissions. These partnerships have been quite successful and are being implemented now. So that's a sort of the national leg. Internationally, Korea and Denmark stand strong together by the Partnering for Green Growth and Global Goals initiative. It's actually a partnership that was initiated in Denmark in 2018, and President Moon came there and sided with our Prime Minister also on this. And the last P4G meeting was in Korea just last year. And the idea is that you find pilot projects within various areas and you lead the way on how we reduce carbon emissions. And that, of course, is a good step, because only sitting back doing nothing, being active, leading the way, finding good solutions is the way to go. I'm also very happy to say that just, 25th of March, Korea got its Climate Act, and congratulations on that, because I think setting goals for how to achieve net zero by 2050, or the national determined commitments, is key. So again, Korea and Denmark goes hand in hand. Our Climate Act we got in the summer of 2020, so it's now nearly 2 years old, and very ambitious goals in our act as well. So I think 2 legs: you need to act in your own country, and you need to act locally and internationally, and we do that very well together.
Yes, thank you very much. And as you mentioned, the Republic of Korea was a host country of 2021 P4G Summit. And after that, Republic of Korea has initiated various policies for responding climate change and also our environment. So I think Republic of Korea and Denmark can be a great partner for green cooperation.
Definitely.
So thank you very much. So Ambassador, I think this is the last question for today's interview. What are the future directions or goals of Korea-Denmark Green Growth Alliance and green cooperation between the countries?
Well, both of our countries have a strong wish to phase out fossil fuel, and we need to find the fuel for the future. In Denmark, we strongly believe that renewable energy from wind farms will generate a lot of energy to be used. But we need to solve it. We need to transform it into hydrogen so that it can be used in cars, trucks, buses, ships, and airplanes. That's why we want to focus on the Korean-Denmark Green Hydrogen Alliance for the future. We believe if 2 innovative countries like Korea and Denmark get their heads together, solutions will be found, and we will develop the initiatives that can take us into the future and secure the right fuel. And we will have a ministerial high-level meeting in Copenhagen end of the year. When the ministers meet, we usually also have professors, we also have the private sector. We bring everybody together, we find the solutions.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And I think our viewers can get enough knowledge about the effort of both countries, Korea and Denmark, for the green growth and also for the green future in today's talk. So I think it's time to end our first Kunda Talks on Green Future. So the green growth is now one of the important trends of the entire world. With the importance of green growth, I think I can confidently say that the Korea-Denmark Green Growth Alliance can be shining as long as possible for the green growth and green future. Ambassador and Councillor, thank you for having us for today's meaningful interview.
It was a pleasure having you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
So, Jiyoung and Soyeon, how was it? Can you find any insights regarding Korea-Denmark Green Growth Alliance?
Yeah, I think that today was so special to us and for everyone. It was today that we could know that Korea and Denmark has close cooperation like an Korean-Denmark Green Growth Alliance in preparation for rapid climate change. Through cooperation with Denmark and other leading countries in the field of renewable energy, I hope that Korea will actively cope with climate change and move forward the leading country. And I also look forward to your active participation to save the earth.
So, thank you, Soyeon. And Jiyoung, how was it?
I could learn more about Korea-Denmark Green Growth Alliance, and it was so meaningful that I could hear directly from Ambassador and Environment Councillor.
Thank you very much, you guys. I think Jiyoung and Soyeon can get lots of insights regarding Korea-Denmark Green Growth Alliance. And as I mentioned earlier in the interview, we can see a new green future with Korea-Denmark Green Growth Alliance. And in the context of your answers, we have already planned to make another content regarding green growth, right?
Sure, I think our viewers can anticipate on our new contents in next month.
Awesome. So we'll see you in the next contents. Jiyoung, Soyeon, shall we say our title with loud voice? 큰다톡선?
Green future!